have a pacemaker defibrillator. It's one combined instrument. It's smaller than a package of cigarettes, but it has in it batteries because it has its own power source. They'll last for several years before I have to have them changed. And I have a microchip, and that microchip studies my heart because the doctors set it with a computer and tell it that I'm to have this going on in my heart. And one of the things it does is regulates my heartbeat. The defibrillator part of it I didn't have any experience with because I'm unaware of the heart rate regulation that I'm getting from that. But the doctors had said, you know, if you ever have an episode where you need the defibrillator, you'll be aware of it. It'll give you a shock and you'll be stunned and whatnot. Well, I thought I'd just live forever without that because I was doing so well after a few months out of the hospital and recovering until just before Thanksgiving, and I had an episode. And then that was followed by 4 more. Before I got out of bed for the day, I had one, but I wasn't aware that the defibrillator had actually restarted my heart because part of that episode was passing out. I passed out because my heart had given so little blood to my brain that the oxygen wasn't getting to my brain, so I passed out. Well, as I passed out, the defibrillator hit and restarted me, and even restarted me at a good level of heart rate. So I recovered very quickly from that, unaware that my defibrillator had worked. And then a few hours later, while still at home, I had the same kind of episode. I passed out at the breakfast table and came back around real quickly, unaware that I'd had this problem because, again, I fainted. And so my wife called the emergency people and said, we need to get down to the hospital, to UAB. And the defibrillator hit 3 more times that day at the hospital. I live very close to UAB. I live in Forest Park in Birmingham, and it's only a couple of miles from getting down to UAB. And that's very fortunate. I don't think I'd ever be a suburbanite after going through the kind of heart problems that I have.